Shalawam. Hey, first and foremost, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth, and Shalawam to the hopeful elect. So, let's get into this one real quick. Pyongyang says it will send troops to Ukraine within a month. The June 19th defense pact signed between Russia and North Korea included a promise to provide military assistance to one another. Within days, Pyongyang said it was sending troops to Ukraine. So North Korea is about to get involved in this thing. So if you're understanding the ramifications of this, that, dude, the war is here. The third woe is here. Okay? And it's about to intensify. Last week, President Vladimir Putin made an official state visit to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea, his first for almost a quarter of a century. As part of that visit, Putin and Kim Jong signed the so-called defense pact in the North Korean capital on June 19th. The military treaty states, in the event that any one of the two sides is put in a state of war by an armed invasion from an individual state or several states, the other side shall provide military and other assistance with all means in its possession without delay. So, if the U.S. or whoever wants to go at North Korea, then Russia going to step in. So, if South Korea want to go at North Korea, Russia's going to step in. Right? Or vice versa. This is major, man. So, North Korea they basically buddy-buddy now. In response to that, Pyongyang announced earlier this week that it will be sending troops in the form of a military engineering unit to support Russian forces on the ground in the Donetsk region. The troops are expected to arrive on the battlefield as soon as next month. Alright? And man, hold up, man. The DPRK, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, has already supplied almost 2 million rounds of artillery ammunition rockets for Russian multiple launch rocket systems, and it is alleged ballistic missiles to support Putin's forces since the two leaders met in Russia in September. The active participation of North Korean combat troops raises the specter of escalation to the conflict, right? It's going to intensify, especially as commentators think it will not go well for Pyongyang's sappers on the battlefield. So let's take it to the scriptures, and this is nothing more than, because this whole thing, Ukraine is nothing more than a proxy war, right? They doing this proxy wars like they going at each other. And matter of fact, let's see if I can get the definition of that. All right, proxy war. Proxy war, a military conflict in which one or more third parties directly or indirectly support one or more state or non-state combatants in an effort to influence the conflict's outcome and thereby to advance their own strategic interests or to undermine those of their opponents. So the same thing that's going on with Israel and Iran, how they're using Hamas or they're using Hezbollah or whatever. They don't want to directly get involved with one another, but now it's breaching. It's coming to the point where they got to directly get involved. Now Russia is standing on the front lines and fighting Ukraine, but Ukraine is the proxy. They're the ones that's standing in the gate or in the gap for the U.S. and all these other countries. Okay, because the main thing that's going on in Ukraine, man, is it's the number one country for trafficking. All right, human trafficking, child trafficking at that. So understand what's going on, and U.S. is behind it. All that money that's being shipped to U.S., where is it going? I mean, all that money that's been shipped from the U.S. to Ukraine, where is it going? To Israel. So it's a front. Just how you may watch these shows where, like I watch Power, man, and they have to set up a front to distribute the money from the drugs. So that's all that the U.S. is doing to Amalek. Ukraine is a front to distribute money, billions of dollars, to go into Amalekites, right? Now, let's go back over. Jeremiah 50, and we start at verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goats before the flocks. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. So with North Korea setting this treaty together with Russia, and that's even more important than BRICS nations. Like BRICS nations, yeah, they were economically together, right? But now they are vowing militarily to support one another and to defend one another if anybody else touches them. Okay? And what will happen? And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahawah. Because who's also with Russia? China. Who's also going to be with them? Iran. All right? You have a division that's happening. Let's take it back over, man. I just want to see how many nations are aligned with BRICS. Let's read it. BRICS is an intergovernmental organization comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the United Arab Emirates. But you have far more countries that are aligned with them as well. If I could get a full list, we can go to here. Now this is kind of old. This was last year. Let's check this one out. Only necessary. And if brothers know, maybe we could get a list. But it's over. It's over. I had saw it before. I can't find it right now. It's over about 30 or 40 countries, man, that are aligning with BRICS. And I can't find it right now, but we'll move on. But these are just looking at the regular countries that are in there: Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates. Right? These are important countries. Okay. That whole thing with Saudi Arabia not taking the US dollar anymore, that is a direct consequence from this. Okay? They're going to begin to basically blackmail, all right, the US. Revelation 17 chapter, man. You know, and NATO, all of them is going to do that the same thing to the US when it comes out. All right? So if you control things economically, because you can't go to war with somebody if you don't have an economic base. You got to have an economic base first, because you got to buy tanks, you got to buy ammunition, you got to buy, rockets and things like that. You got to have an economic base first. And then once you get your money straight, then you ready to go to war with somebody. All right? So Russia is playing that game, And I remember that Mexico was looking to join. Joining BRICS is highly unlikely to alter its trade relationship with the United States, which will inevitably dominate Mexican trade because of proximity and market share. Mexico and Brazil have a complex relationship economically, which is why Mexico gets an invite to participate. And Mexico was looking to join these countries that are close. Look at Russia pulling into Cuba. That's a country that's, right out there off the coast of Florida, man. Very close to America. All right? You're somebody close to your enemy. You want to get close to them. All right? This is basic war. So if Russia is close with Cuba, then they could set up a base over there, or they could be allowed to pull ships and subs into there. And then when they want to strike America, it's easy. All right, you want to set up and you want to surround this nation, okay, that you ultimately are plotting to take down. As Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has this place, man, set up to be took down. Let's get verse 11. Because you were glad, because you rejoice, O ye destroyers of my heritage, because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellows as bulls. America has grown fat. America is at the top, her peak. And really, no, she's past her peak. She's downfall. She's in her downfall now. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nation shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. And who bare America? Britain. All right, the UK, those countries over there, bear America. Rome, all right, Italy, those countries. Because of the wrath of Yahawah, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. And this isn't speaking of ancient Babylon. This is speaking of modern Babylon, the great whore, all right, the great city Babylon. Because Iraq right now, you can still go there. It's still inhabited. People still live there. All right, but America, nobody will dwell there. Nobody will dwell there ever again, man, except desert creatures. Joel, 3rd chapter, verse 18, going downward. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of Yahawah, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Now, if those people over there are the people of the land, then why isn't this happening? Where's the prophecy at? It shouldn't be no war in that land. All right? We shall no war no more. We shall have peace. Every tear shall be wiped from your eye. But y'all the people. Don't make no sense. Verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom, and this place is spiritually Egypt. This place is Edom. Shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah. Yahawah, the Israelites, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation, for I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for Yahawah dwelleth in Zion. Alright, Tazayawan. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi dwells with us. Yahawah Ratazah, we be of that number. He dwells with us. So we don't have nothing to fear. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. I ain't putting out these works, keeping the laws and commandments and statutes to the best of your ability. Okay? You can't keep everything correctly. And brothers understand that. Now don't sin willingly, but you can't keep everything correctly. Alright? Now you do what you can. Today is the Shabbat. So make sure you're doing what you can, man. And not just don't have sex on the Sabbath. Don't cook. Alright, to the best of your ability. If you can prolong it, all right, hey, show love to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Try to keep this day holy as possible. Now we have to go to work, yes indeed. Try to keep this day as holy as possible. Now, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna look into it one more time. Sending troops. It's pretty much every article gonna be about the same. This one may give me more details. Alright, North Korea to send engineering troops to help Russia rebuild bombed cities. And as you can see, this came out today, right? Not yesterday, Salakia. North Korea will send a large number of engineering and construction troops to help rebuild Russia-occupied cities in eastern Ukraine, according to reports. So, pretty much letting you know what type of troops are coming and basically support. They're helping each other. So, that's pretty much it. That's all I have right there. We could really hit Ezekiel 38 because all these nations are going to be aligned. Verse 3, and say, thus saith Yahawah power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief priest, prince of Meshach and Tabal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Now that Ethiopia is in BRICS nations, this is Prophetic. All right, Persia, which is your Persians or your Iranians. Okay, this is prophetic. They all joining up. All right, so at the end of the day, man, they all uniting. Scripture is coming to be. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Tagamoth in the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. As we just read in Jeremiah the 50th chapter, it's very similar. You know, it's the same stuff. These people are coming up against America, the whore. All right, let's take it over to Revelations 18. We ended over here. Why? For her sins have reached into heaven, and Yahawah hath remembered her iniquities. Verse 5. Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself. It says she lived comfortably and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is Yahawah power who judgeth her. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So this whore, this queendom, this is what this place is. It's going to be took down. It's going to be destroyed at the end of the day. All right? So, hey man, all of this, the dominoes have to fall, right? For all this stuff to take place. It's not going to happen overnight. So these certain agreements and treaties and military agreements and partnerships have to be made to put into place this place's demise and destruction and doom at the end of the day, right? These proxy wars have to be fought for these things to take place. So, you know, Jake, have some patience. If you like, you know, we wanted to come, we wanted to hasten, but we can't hasten Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Have some patience, because the day of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is a dark day. And woe unto them that seek for it. And not speaking about the true brothers. Yeah, we linger for it, right? Speaking about those that don't fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? Because we linger Yahawah Ratazah that day that we on the sea of glass looking down, man. All right? We pray that day comes quick. But we understand that prophecy has to pass. And all this stuff has to take place, and we have to go through Jacob's trouble, right? And we have to endure to the best of our ability, man, with real faith and real, you know, spiritual strength and mental fortitude, which comes from the scriptures. So with that being said, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. Shalawam to the hopeful elect, Kwam Yasharahla, and a Bible ball. Shalawam.